What's going on, you guys? It's your man James, aka JP, back again with another Fiat Abarth video. So in today's video we are going to be installing, well, I'm not going to show the installing process, but I'm going to install the cold air intake and the go pedal that I just recently got for it, and I'm going to show you guys the before and after. Now, spoiler alert, I am filming this intro and outro the next day after everything's already installed, because yesterday it just decided to rain in the middle of the installation like crazy and I didn't get to finish filming the video. But I will tell you guys that the intake sounds amazing. It does not sound as good as the one on my 500. However, it still sounds good. It makes this car sound a million times better, but we did have some issues with it, which I'll get to in a second. And the go pedal is installed as well, and that's absolutely amazing. And I also want to send a huge shout out to my dad, who did install the cold air intake for me, because he's the mechanic in the family and I am not. And it took him about 2 hours because, like I said, we did have some issues with it. It would have taken me way longer than that, or I probably wouldn't have even completed it. So huge shout out to him. He's probably watching the video looking for a shout out. So there you go. I did install the go pedal myself because that's just a simple plug and play device. But yeah, thanks, Dad. So without further ado, let's take a look at the before and after videos, and then I'll show you guys close up of the intake, what everything looks like, some problems we encountered on the way, and I'll give you guys my final thoughts and opinions. So let's go ahead and get into it. And here we are with the 500 Madness cold air intake. So let's start off with some of the issues we had. You can see we're missing a clamp right here. You're supposed to have two like on this side. They didn't send enough of the right size clamps, so we are missing a clamp here. So I do have to get a replacement clamp to put right here. It's secure where it is for now, but I definitely need to go out today and buy that clamp. Another issue we had is this line right here, and it's very hot under here because I was just driving, so I don't want to touch it, but you can see I have a clamp on this hose right here. That is because this hose was not the right size to fit over here. It was the exact same diameter basically, so it didn't stretch enough to fit over this piece. We had to heat it up, stretch it up, and then put a clamp on to secure it to make sure that it would not come apart. You can see that this hose right here actually came off as well, so I do have to fix better. We have that hose fixed. Wasn't a big issue, just slid right back on. I'll probably put a clamp on it just to make sure it stays secure, but that is an issue we're having with all these hoses just not fitting correctly. And then this one, you see, it looks a little weird. It's just extra long, and we didn't have time to cut it yesterday because, like I said, it started pouring. So we are going to cut the hose, make it a little shorter so it fits nicer, so it's not doing that whole loop right there. And those were the big issues that we had with it. Overall, the installation as far as like this section and all these pipes here, that was very simple and very easy. But yeah, so I do have those issues. I did have missing parts, wrong size hoses, so I am going to email 500 Madness about that and see what happens. Now overall, the look of it is amazing. The only thing that I don't like is the red piping is a different shade of red from the actual car, so it does look a little weird when you look at it like this and just see all these different shades of red. But I really like the red piping. I had the red piping in the 500. It looks great, looks amazing, looks really aggressive, whereas if you had black piping, I think it would just look stock, which I didn't like that look. And I also really love the carbon fiber right here. This looks absolutely incredible. Makes it look very, very high quality and top notch. You guys heard the sounds from it. It sounds amazing. It's just not as loud as the 500, and that could be for a few reasons. One, I think this has sound deadening windshield or something like that, so that could be blocking out a lot of the noise. But also just the location of this one is so further forward, whereas the one in the 500 was like right up here, so very close to the driver, so that could be another issue. It still sounds great, just not as loud as I would like it, but overall it looks great. I do feel like it adds a little bit more power in the higher rev range. I feel like it just pulls way harder once that turbo starts going, but overall It looks amazing. I really like it. Not a fan of all the wiring just on this car in general. Even stock, there's just a ton of wires visible, whereas the 500 didn't have that. But overall, very solid product, except for the fact that I was missing some clamps and had the wrong size hoses. And now coming over here to the Go pedal, there's not much that I can really show you visually about how it's changed the car. But here is what the Go pedal looks like. It's very simple, just plugs right into the gas pedal itself. It's a really quick, like 10 minutes or less installation, and I can't really show you guys the difference that it makes, but it does increase, I don't want to say increase the power because that's not the right term, because it doesn't actually add any horsepower. But what it does, if you guys are unfamiliar, the Go pedal, when you step on your gas pedal, it basically sends an electronic signal to the computer of the car, telling the car how far down you're pressing on the gas pedal. Now what the Go pedal does is actually trick the computer, and it tells it that you're pressing the gas pedal down more than you actually are, therefore giving it more power and quicker acceleration, which allows you to get in the rev range a lot quicker. It just makes the car feel so much faster. It doesn't technically make it faster, it just makes it quicker on the acceleration side. But it's just such a huge difference. It feels like a whole new car. Definitely gonna be just driving it a lot harder now that I have that, and I feel like it does benefit the cold air intake, because since you can get to the rev range higher, the turbo starts going quicker, and then, you know, the intake obviously helps the turbo and all that. So overall, these two packaged together were the first performance mods that I did, and I feel like they are must-haves. And if you don't get anything, definitely get the Go pedal. It's fairly cheap, it's like 250 bucks, but it's gonna change the way that you drive the car, and I absolutely love it. Cannot live without it. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. That link's in the description down below. And also be sure to check out some of my other Abarth videos. They should be popping up on the screen for you guys to click on in any second. I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here. So as always, guys, stay tuned for more, and I'll see you guys next time.